So, as I'm currently on vacation in Portugal, I thought it would be nice to prepare a little video in advance, nothing fancy, just a nice quick look at how I fully customized my KDE Plasma desktop now that I moved to another PC. So you'll see everything from the panels, the applets, the layout, the activities, the themes, everything that I use, so you can either replicate it if you like rising, or tell me in the comments that what I made is derivative, stupid, bad, ugly, or that I should delete my channel. Maybe. Is rising still a thing? Do people still use that word? I have no idea. I haven't been on Reddit for years. Anyway, since I'm on vacation and I do need to pay for all the cool stuff I'm doing, here's a message from our sponsor, ProtonVPN. So you all know why you need a VPN in your toolbox. It is a super important tool to make sure that you are still safe and protected even on untrusted networks, and sometimes if you just want to access stuff from other countries, or if you just want to make sure that your ISP doesn't know what you're doing. And the one I use personally is ProtonVPN because you can get it for free, although it has paid plans to get more features. It is part of the entire Proton suite of services, which gives you access to tons of stuff, email, contacts, calendar, and all of that stuff. They also have plenty of servers everywhere in the world. They're really fast. They automatically block ads. They also have a desktop Linux client that works well. They have apps for Android, iOS. Basically, they're the ones I trust. They don't keep logs. It's all encrypted. It's great. As usual, the link to ProtonVPN is down in the description. You can get started for free, and if you need better speeds, more available locations and servers, of course they have paid plans, which is what I personally use. So instead of starting with the look and feel, I thought I'd begin with the thing that made the most difference in my workflow, and that is tiling. So you might have heard me saying that I don't really like tiling window managers, because I don't, but sometimes I like having some auto tiling features built in, and that's why I use Mouse Tiler. This is the little pop-up you're seeing right here on screen. It comes with a bunch of predefined layouts. I trimmed those, I only kept the ones that I actually use, but it has auto tiling features. All you need to do is drop your window while you're moving it. You see a little blue dot on top of the window, drop it to one of the layout, and it will begin auto tiling. Now, when I open a new window, it is not automatically tiled. That's a setting I chose to not have enabled. So what I can do is either drop it into the next emplacement I want, or I can just press Ctrl Option A, which is the keyboard shortcut I set, and it will tile in the next logical position, which is very, very handy. Meaning I do have that auto tiling functionality if I need it, but when I don't, I can just drag a window out, everything automatically resizes, I can have my floating windows as much as I want. It's really fantastic. So you can have plenty of pre-made layouts that they added. You can create your own, of course. You can have multiple auto tilers at the same time. You can even move windows to new virtual desktops if you prefer. It is really fantastic. And on top of that, you have a ton of options to configure how things work. So first, to get it, you just open the Get New Stuff from the Kwin Scripts settings of KDE. It's called Mouse Tiler. So you can just type in here, Mouse Tiler, and you'll get it, and that's it. You just install it from here. Then it appears in your settings in here, and you have that little button to configure it. Do not be alarmed, those settings look absolutely massive, and they are, but you can absolutely read them in your own time. So by default, it comes with a pop-up grid, which is what you see when I move things around, and it has that little blue dot on top of the window where you can just drag and drop things. Personally, I decided to put that pop-up grid at a fixed screen position, which is basically just on top over here, but you can decide to follow the mouse pointer as well if you prefer, meaning everywhere where you're moving your window, it will appear. You can also elect to only show the overlay while pressing certain keyboard shortcuts. I defaulted it to always visible because it's on top. It is relatively small because I removed a bunch of layouts, but it can get pretty big, in which case you can decide to only use it with a keyboard shortcut or when you hold the window while trying to drag it. So instead of dragging it, you just press the super key, you keep pushing on the mouse button, and then it shows up. But if you move it quickly, then it will not show up. You can also decide to only use it when pressing a keyboard shortcut, which you can set. You can change the theme, the colors, anything you want. And of course, you also have options specifically for all the layouts you want to create. They have all the syntax down here if you want to create your own. It's pretty neat. On top of that, you can also have all the shortcuts that you want, although you will need to type the name of the key you want to press, which is not necessarily super handy, but it's not that hard. You have settings for auto-tiling. You could, for example, enable auto-tiling for all newly opened windows, meaning you would always have tiling on. I didn't find a way to completely disable the mouse tiler, meaning if you set auto-tiling to on, you will always have all new windows automatically tiled. So if you just wanted floating windows, then they will open tiled first and you'll have to move them around. I prefer it the other way. I'm sure there's a way to disable the entire script using a keyboard shortcut and re-enable it when you need it, so all new windows would appear tiled, but I prefer the way I set it up. The only annoyance I have is that to apply the changes that you made, you have to disable mouse tiler, apply that change, re-enable mouse tiler, reapply that change, and then your settings will be taken into consideration. That's apparently a limitation of how Kwin handles scripts, nothing the developer can do about this. But yeah, it's a fantastic tool, really helpful to have that sort of auto-tiling functionality in a sort of reduced way, because I do still need to press a shortcut or something, or drag the window to actually get it into place, but it's not that difficult. I still need to configure those layouts a bit more, because that's not exactly how I like my window style. I would rather have 3 columns, so I need to change this, those settings for the auto-tiler, but that's not too tricky. I'll do it when I'm back from my vacation. Really handy little script, and it basically gives me the features I really enjoy from Cosmic. Not exactly as easy to use. I still need to find a way to completely disable it or to re-enable it when I want it, but that's still really nifty. I like it. Now, another script I added, which you also can get from the Get New stuff here, is called Dynamic Workspaces. All it does is turn the workspaces of KDE into the same kind of stuff that GNOME has, meaning it automatically creates new workspaces when the one you're currently on already has a window. So for example, here I have 2 workspaces. I can go to the third one, I can open a window, and automatically it creates a 4th one. And then if I close that window and move back to a non-empty desktop, it automatically deletes the other one, so things are nice and set up, and you always have a brand new workspace if you want one. I like that. I installed that script. I also played around with something called Carousel, which is this script. It's basically a scrolling window manager just for Kwin. So every time you open a window, it keeps its width unless you resize it. And once you no longer have any space, it starts putting the windows to the side and you can just scroll to get them. I like the concept, but it's not really the workflow I'm used to, and I don't really want to spend the time to relearn it, so I decided not to go with that, but I do find the idea pretty cool. Scrolling window managers generally I find really nice. Now that's it for the scripts and the tiling. Now let's move on to the layout, the applets, and the actual theme that I use on KDE. Let me know if you want a dedicated video on Kwin scripts and all they can change, because they can really transform everything you do on KDE. So if you want that, you'll let me know and I'll make one. So onto my KDE Plasma layout. Easy enough, I've got 3 panels, 3 different panels, one to the top left, one to the center, one to the right. The one to the top left only has the main menu. It has the Places widget, which is, I think, just called Places. It just lists a bunch of places that you have in Dolphin and other locations. I also have a nice little CPU monitor, a nice little RAM monitor, a media player that will expand depending on what is currently playing. I have the list of all devices currently plugged in. I have a Show Desktop button, and I also have this nice little pager. It's called Kara, and it lets you configure how the desktop pager looks. So I decided to go with pills, just like the GNOME thing, the GNOME activities thing, but you can have text or icons if you prefer. You can change the behavior. I just liked how it looked, and I think it's really practical to see where exactly I'm currently at in terms of my desktops without having full squares with text in. The middle panel is really simple. It's the basic default task manager, the icons only task manager for KDE. And the panel on the right is just the time and date, and also the system tray. That's it. Now, if you're wondering how you get this sort of triple separate panel layout on KDE, all you have to do is when you go into the edit mode, so you can just right click on the desktop, go to edit mode, you create 3 different panels. Each panel, you set it to the top by set position. You align 1 on the left, you align 1 on the center, you align 1 on the right, and you set them to fit the content so they automatically resize depending on what you have. And that's it. In the edit mode, they will look staged, so one underneath the other, but once you leave the edit mode, they automatically all slot in place, and they look pretty cool. Now you might say, hey, these look strange and they don't really look like your Plasma theme, so how did you get that? The way I managed it is using a widget which is called Panel Colorizer. So I decided to hide it by default, but when you edit the panel, you actually see it, and you can configure a bunch of stuff in there. So what it lets you do is set specific presets that will change the look and feel of a panel. So if we take our top left panel, I can apply presets that change how things look. It's already pretty nice looking, but you can of course configure stuff further than that. The one I went with is the dock preset, but I did tweak it a little bit to make it my own, which I saved as a preset called Rounded Translucent. Basically, it's the exact same thing as the dock, but I did change a few things. I removed a few margins, and in the stock panel settings, I also enabled the default panel thickness of 36 pixels, which is the height of all of my panels. This is very useful. You just add it to all the panels you want to configure. You can reload, once you saved your preset, you can reload it from any panel that you want. You just add the panel colorizer widget to all of the panels you want to change, and it will automatically have in the presets the one you saved. That's really nice, really useful. You have plenty of themes for it. It looks really, really cool. As per what's on the desktop itself, it's just the advanced weather widget. You can get it from the edit mode and the add or manage widgets. It's something that you have to install on top of regular KDE. I do need that kind of stuff where I live. It not only looks really good, but also where I live, weather changes quite a bit. Sometimes it can be very sunny outside, and all of a sudden you get drizzle 5 minutes later with the sun still shining. So it's nice to see what you need to take with you when you go out. So that's for the layout. Now onto the actual theme that I use everywhere for Plasma. So for the actual KDE applications, stuff like, for example, Dolphin, the way it looks right there, I use Quantum Manager. It's something that you probably already know about. It lets you have way more customizable themes than what Breeze does. You can add your own themes to it, or you can have a small list of presets that it comes with. So the theme I use for my apps is called Windsor Dark. You have it here. You can download it from the KDE store. It applies really well to certain apps, like for example Dolphin, which is now fully blurred and translucent. It works quite well with a bunch of different KDE applications. For console, it's not bad. I could probably just put the background of console as a translucent thing as well. It doesn't apply to Discover though. That one is still using Breeze with the accent color, not sure why. But most KDE themes will follow it, and that's pretty nice. You also have plenty of options straight from the Quantum Manager thingy, where you can enable the translucency or disable it if you don't want it. You can enable Dolphin being transparent or not. You can have the menus being transparent or not. You can change the borders, the window opacity, the amount of blur, all the sizes, all the button sizes. If you like it, I'll let you play around with it on your own time. But yeah, it is very, very configurable and very cool. Now, the way you actually apply a Quantum theme is from the KDE settings. You go to Colors and Themes, Application Style, and if Quantum is installed, you click it and it will automatically apply the Quantum theme that you set. That's it, you don't have anything other to do. You can always revert to Breeze if all of a sudden you no longer like it. As per colors, I use the Windsor Dark color scheme with my own accent color, which is some form of purple. Here is the actual HTML number if you want to replicate it. I use this one because I like it, and also because for the GNOME theme that accompanies Quantum, I decided to go with Newser Dark. You can see, for example, how it looks with Audacity here. It matches pretty well the KDE theme itself, but it came with that specific purple, which I really loved, so I decided to apply it to my KDE default theme as well. The Plasma theme I use is Windsor Dark. You don't see it in the panels itself, because I themed them with the panel colorizer, but you do see it when I open any widgets. It's dark, it's blurry, I like it, I think it looks pretty neat. Window decorations, you do have a Windsor Dark window theme, but I don't really like how it looks with opaque windows, like having the transparent title bar and the opaque content. I don't really like it, so I went with one called Nothing. You can install it straight from the Get New Stuff button here from KDE, so you can go get it if you want it. And I think it looks good with translucent windows. For example, with Dolphin here, it just frames the window with a few borders, but it also works pretty well for opaque windows, like for example this one. So I do like the theme, I think it's nice. As per icons, I went with the Tela Blue Dark theme, which I do enjoy as well. It has a few too many application windows that are rounded or that have a shape behind it, which sometimes make things a little bit too difficult to read, but generally it looks good for files and folders. I think it's pretty nice. I do enjoy it, and I think it matches the rest of the Plasma theme quite well. Cursors are the Oxygen White cursor theme, which is the one I favor on KDE. I think it looks really good. The system sounds are Oxygen because I think they sound good, and I do have nostalgia for Oxygen. The splash screen is the default Breeze one, and my login screen theme is the Windsor Dark theme, matching the rest of my desktop. You can get it from the Get New button right there as well. And for the wallpaper, I just use the basic plugin, which is called Active Blur. You can get it from the Get New Plugins thing, and it just blurs the wallpaper when you have an active window. So for example, here I do have an active window, it's blurry. If I minimize it, then all of a sudden it becomes normal and in focus. I do like the effect, and I think it is less distracting in the background than having something that is always in focus. And to conclude, I also use a KDE feature called Activities. As you might know, I have two YouTube channels. I have one that talks about Linux, the one you're currently watching, and I have one that talks about Warhammer. It is in French, the name is here if you want to visit it, but it is in French, so be warned. And I don't necessarily use the same programs for both activities, for both channels, so I decided to create two different activities inside of KDE. So if you don't know, this is something that comes by default in KDE in the settings, and you can create as many as you want. Those don't necessarily have a lot of differences. You can just choose an icon, a name, and the file and apps that you use can be tracked specifically per activity, but that's about it. You can switch to them using a activity pager. I personally use keyboard shortcuts instead. What you can change in activities is very simple. It is basically just the pinned apps in the taskbar, the widgets on the desktop wallpaper, and the desktop layout as well. So this is the Linux activity that I already showed you, but now I can move to my Warhammer activity, which is this one specifically, and it has a different wallpaper. It has a different desktop panel thingy to get all the Warhammer stuff that I use to make my videos. So I get immediate access to the various folders that I generally use. I could also change the applications that are pinned in here. I haven't done that, but I could, for example, add LibreOffice, which is a tool I use very commonly because most of my Warhammer videos are basically PowerPoint presentations with my voice over it. And I also have this little widget that has a web page, which I can reload manually. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a setting to auto reload in the background. I couldn't find a widget that does that. Basically, the issue is this is the website from the creator of Warhammer, from the company making Warhammer games, and they don't have an RSS feed. Every time I tried creating an RSS feed from their website, it failed or it wasn't updating. So when I want to see what's new, what came out, then I just go there and I just reload that page and I see if anything came out and if I need to make a video about it. Unfortunately, you can't change the panel layout per activity. I would really enjoy that to be the case, so I could maybe have a different layout or at least a different look for those panels on that activity, but currently that's not supported, so same panels everywhere. You do have different virtual desktops per activity as well, so you can really completely separate your work from your home profiles. It's basically computer profiles that separate the apps, but you do have the ability to pin apps to all activities or to separate activities. You have the ability to show certain apps on all activities or on a certain one, so you can really set things up how you want. The only missing thing is panel layouts or colors or themes per activity, which would be a good thing to have, but probably quite complex to implement. So that's gonna be it for this video. I will remind you that Tuxedo Computers is a sponsor of the channel. You have a link in the description to their devices. They make computers that support Linux really, really well. They sell them with Linux pre-installed. I only use their stuff. They're really fantastic, so go check them out. In the meantime, you have all the usual YouTube buttons and comment section. Do use them, it really helps the channel. You also have plenty of links to support the channel down here. And that's it. Thank you all for watching, and you'll see me in the next one when I'm back from my vacation. Bye!